Japan Revealed, where ancient traditions shape modern miracles. Intro, where past and future dance in harmony. Welcome to Japan, a nation that has achieved what many consider impossible, preserving ancient traditions while leading global innovation, maintaining spiritual practices while embracing technological advancement, and honoring ancestral wisdom while creating tomorrow's solutions. This isn't just cultural preservation alongside modernization. This is active synthesis where traditional principles guide cutting-edge achievements. From Tokyo's neon-lit districts where monks still conduct sunrise prayers in hidden temples, to Kyoto's bamboo forests where geishas practice arts perfected over 400 years ago, from Mount Fuji's sacred slopes that inspire both ancient pilgrims and contemporary artists, to Hiroshima's peace memorials, where traditional Japanese concepts of harmony inform global peace initiatives. Japan demonstrates how honoring the past can accelerate rather than inhibit progress toward the future. Picture this, a society where the ancient concept of omotenashi, selfless hospitality, guides both traditional ryokan inns and modern international corporations, where wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection, influences both 15th century pottery and 21st century industrial design, and where shokunin, master craftsmanship, shapes both traditional sword-making and precision manufacturing that sets global standards. But here's what makes Japan truly extraordinary. This synthesis isn't accidental or superficial. Japanese culture has developed sophisticated philosophical frameworks that view tradition and innovation as complementary forces rather than competing impulses. Ancient Shinto beliefs about harmony with nature inform contemporary environmental technology, Buddhist concepts of mindfulness guide modern workplace practices, and Confucian values of continuous improvement drive both traditional arts and industrial excellence. Today, we're exploring 7 aspects of Japanese culture where ancient wisdom continues shaping modern miracles, where traditional practices inform contemporary solutions, and where honoring ancestors becomes a pathway to creating unprecedented innovations. Before we journey through this remarkable synthesis of old and new, we want to hear about your own experiences with cultural harmony. Have you ever encountered places where tradition and modernity complement rather than compete with each other? Share your most inspiring example of cultural synthesis in the comments below. And if you're ready to discover how Japan's unique approach to honoring the past while embracing the future has created one of the world's most fascinating cultures, subscribe to Travel Earth Adventures and hit that notification bell. This exploration will reveal why Japan remains both deeply traditional and remarkably futuristic. Tokyo, where ancient spirit meets infinite possibility. Home to 37 million people in its greater metropolitan area, Tokyo represents the world's most successful fusion of traditional culture with cutting-edge innovation. A mega city where ancient shrines provide spiritual centers for ultra-modern neighborhoods, while traditional festivals celebrate seasonal changes alongside districts that never sleep, creating urban environments that honor both ancestral wisdom and contemporary creativity. The city's structure reflects Japanese concepts of meaningful space between things, where even the densest urban areas include pocket parks, hidden temples, and quiet residential streets that provide contemplative balance to commercial intensity. This spatial philosophy demonstrates how traditional aesthetic principles can guide modern urban planning while creating livable environments despite extreme population density. Traditional morning rituals continue throughout Tokyo as office workers stop at neighborhood shrines for prayers before beginning workdays in global financial centers. while food vendors prepare traditional breakfast items using recipes passed down through generations while serving customers who design tomorrow's technology. These daily practices show how ancient customs integrate seamlessly with contemporary lifestyles. Shibuya Crossing, where thousands of people cross simultaneously in carefully choreographed chaos, exemplifies Japanese social harmony, where individual awareness creates collective efficiency without central control. This intersection demonstrates how traditional cultural values of consideration for others enable complex modern systems to function smoothly while maintaining human dignity. Traditional crafts, districts within Tokyo, preserve artisans who continue making traditional items using ancient techniques while adapting their skills to serve contemporary needs. Sword polishers now restore antique kitchen knives, kimono seam stresses create modern fashion inspired by traditional patterns, and woodworkers craft both temple furniture and designer home goods using identical joinery techniques perfected over centuries. Tokyo's culinary scene represents perhaps the world's most sophisticated food culture, where traditional kaiseki dining principles influence molecular gastronomy, while street food vendors maintain standards of quality and presentation that reflect spiritual approaches to craft. The city's Michelin stars recognize both innovation and tradition, while demonstrating how culinary excellence emerges from respecting ingredients, seasons, and ancestral knowledge. Modern architecture throughout Tokyo incorporates principles from traditional Japanese building design, where flexible spaces adapt to changing needs, while natural materials and proportions create harmony between built and natural environments. These buildings demonstrate how traditional aesthetics can inform contemporary design while creating structures that respond to both cultural values and urban necessities. Kyoto, the eternal heart of Japanese culture. Serving as Japan's imperial capital for over 1,000 years, Kyoto preserves 17 UNESCO World Heritage Sites while maintaining living traditions that continue evolving. A city where 2,000 Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines coexist with traditional crafts districts where artisans practice techniques that have been refined across dozens of generations while adapting to serve contemporary cultural needs. The Fushimi Inari Shrine, with its 10,000 vermilion torii gates winding up the mountainside, demonstrates how Japanese spirituality creates physical experiences that connect worshippers with natural environments while supporting communities through traditional crafts, seasonal festivals, and cultural practices that maintain social cohesion across generations. Geisha districts like Gion preserve artistic traditions where training takes over a decade while skills encompass traditional dance, music, conversation, and cultural knowledge that maintains aesthetic standards developed over 4 centuries. These arts demonstrate how Japanese culture preserves excellence through intensive mentorship while adapting traditional entertainment to serve contemporary appreciation for refined cultural experiences. Traditional ryokan inns throughout Kyoto continue providing hospitality experiences based on omotenashi, principles where service anticipates needs without being intrusive while creating environments that promote rest, contemplation, and appreciation for seasonal beauty. These establishments show how traditional hospitality concepts can create luxury experiences that emphasize cultural immersion over material excess. Bamboo forests like Arashiyama create natural cathedrals where walking meditation practices connect visitors with natural rhythms while demonstrating how Japanese garden design uses natural materials to create spaces that promote contemplation and aesthetic appreciation. These environments show how traditional landscape design can create contemporary wellness experiences. Traditional craft workshops in Kyoto maintain techniques for creating pottery, textiles, and metalwork that serve both traditional tea ceremony and contemporary interior design while training apprentices in methods that require years to master. These artisans demonstrate how traditional excellence standards can adapt to serve modern markets while maintaining quality that machines cannot replicate. The tea ceremony tradition preserved in Kyoto demonstrates how simple activities can become profound cultural practices when performed with attention to seasonal aesthetics, material appreciation, and social harmony. These ceremonies show how traditional mindfulness practices can provide contemporary stress relief while maintaining cultural heritage through active participation. Mount Fuji, sacred symbol of enduring beauty. Rising 3,776 meters as Japan's tallest peak, Mount Fuji serves as both natural landmark and spiritual symbol. A sacred mountain that has inspired artistic creation for over 1,000 years, while continuing to influence contemporary design, environmental consciousness, and cultural identity that connects modern Japanese people with ancestral traditions and natural appreciation. The mountain's perfect volcanic cone creates visual harmony that has influenced Japanese aesthetic principles of proportion and balance while inspiring artistic works from traditional woodblock prints to contemporary architecture. This influence demonstrates how natural beauty can become cultural foundation that continues informing creative expression across centuries and different media. Climbing seasons on Mount Fuji preserve traditional pilgrimage practices where spiritual preparation, proper equipment, and respect for natural conditions ensure safe ascent, while maintaining cultural approaches to mountain travel that honor both physical challenge and spiritual achievement. These traditions show how outdoor recreation can maintain deeper cultural significance. The Fuji Five Lakes region combines natural beauty with traditional hospitality while providing access to mountain views that change dramatically with seasons, weather, and lighting conditions. These areas demonstrate how cultural tourism can preserve natural environments while providing economic support for communities that maintain traditional relationships with sacred landscapes. Traditional arts inspired by Mount Fuji include woodblock printing, painting, and poetry that capture both the mountain's visual impact and its spiritual significance while continuing to influence contemporary artists who find inspiration in the same landscape features that moved their predecessors. This artistic continuity shows how natural beauty can create lasting cultural heritage. Seasonal festivals around Mount Fuji celebrate traditional relationships between human communities and natural cycles while maintaining cultural practices that honor the mountain's spiritual significance. These events demonstrate how traditional environmental consciousness can inform contemporary approaches to natural resource appreciation and protection. The mountain's influence on contemporary Japanese design includes architecture, product design, and urban planning that incorporates principles of harmony and proportion derived from Mount Fuji's profile while demonstrating how traditional aesthetic principles can guide modern creative expression. Japanese gardens, perfected harmony with nature. Representing perhaps the world's most refined landscape design tradition, Japanese gardens demonstrate how human creativity can enhance rather than dominate natural beauty. Designed environments where every element serves both aesthetic and philosophical purposes while creating spaces that promote contemplation, seasonal awareness, and appreciation for natural processes and materials. Traditional garden design principles include hide and reveal techniques, where paths and sightlines create constantly changing perspectives, while visitors discover different views and experiences throughout single visits. These approaches demonstrate how design can create lasting interest while encouraging mindful observation and patient exploration. The use of natural materials like stone, water, and plants in Japanese gardens follows aesthetic principles that celebrate imperfection and natural aging while creating compositions that improve with time rather than deteriorating. This design philosophy shows how traditional concepts of beauty can create sustainable landscapes that require minimal maintenance. Zen rock gardens like those at Ryoanji Temple create contemplative environments using only stones and raked gravel while demonstrating how minimal elements can suggest complex natural landscapes through careful composition and symbolic representation. These gardens show how traditional meditation practices can inform environmental design. Seasonal design in Japanese gardens ensures that different times of year provide distinct aesthetic experiences while celebrating natural cycles through carefully planned plant selections and structural elements that frame seasonal changes. This approach demonstrates how design can enhance rather than compete with natural beauty. Traditional maintenance practices for Japanese gardens involve skilled craftspeople who understand both horticultural techniques and aesthetic principles while making subtle adjustments that preserve design integrity across decades and centuries. These maintenance traditions show how cultural knowledge can be preserved through practical application. Contemporary applications of Japanese garden principles include urban pocket parks, corporate healing gardens, and residential landscape design that adapts traditional concepts to modern spaces while providing stress relief and natural beauty in contemporary environments. Onsen Culture, healing traditions in natural springs. Representing over 1,000 years of wellness tradition, Japan's onsen culture demonstrates how therapeutic practices can integrate spiritual purification, social harmony, and physical health. Natural hot spring bathing that follows protocols designed to promote both individual healing and community bonding while preserving traditional approaches to health and well-being. Traditional onsen etiquette requires thorough washing before entering communal baths while following behavioral guidelines that ensure comfortable experiences for all visitors. These protocols demonstrate how traditional cultural practices can create inclusive environments while maintaining standards that preserve therapeutic benefits and social harmony. The therapeutic properties of different mineral waters are understood through centuries of empirical observation, while modern scientific analysis confirms traditional knowledge about how specific water compositions benefit particular health conditions. This knowledge demonstrates how traditional wellness practices can be validated and enhanced through contemporary research. Regional onsen destinations throughout Japan preserve traditional hospitality while providing access to unique geological features that create different water temperatures, mineral compositions, and scenic settings. These destinations show how natural resources can support traditional cultural practices while providing economic benefits to local communities. Traditional ryokan accommodations associated with onsen provide complete cultural experiences where architecture, cuisine, and service reflect regional traditions while creating environments that support relaxation and cultural immersion. These establishments demonstrate how traditional hospitality can create contemporary luxury experiences. Seasonal aspects of onsen culture include winter snow viewing, spring cherry blossom appreciation, and autumn foliage contemplation while soaking in therapeutic waters. These seasonal experiences show how traditional practices can enhance appreciation for natural cycles and environmental beauty. Contemporary wellness applications of onsen principles include urban spa facilities and therapeutic programs that adapt traditional bathing protocols to serve modern health and stress relief needs while maintaining cultural authenticity and therapeutic effectiveness. Conclusion: the eternal dance of tradition and innovation. These expressions of Japanese culture represent far more than tourist attractions. They preserve living traditions that demonstrate how honoring ancestral wisdom can accelerate rather than inhibit contemporary innovation while creating sustainable approaches to technology, urban planning, and human development that serve both individual fulfillment and collective prosperity. From Tokyo's synthesis of ancient social harmony with cutting-edge technology to Kyoto's preservation of traditional arts that continue evolving while maintaining excellent standards, these destinations prove that cultural authenticity and modern progress can enhance each other when guided by philosophical frameworks that value both continuity and adaptation. What makes Japan's approach to tradition and modernity truly remarkable is its demonstration that the most sustainable innovations emerge from deep cultural roots rather than rejection of the past, showing how traditional principles can guide contemporary solutions while creating technologies and social systems that serve human needs more effectively than purely modern approaches. These Japanese treasures remind us that our world's most successful societies often achieve progress through synthesis rather than replacement, building upon ancestral wisdom while adding contemporary capabilities to create achievements that exceed what either traditional or modern approaches could accomplish independently. Japan proves that ancient traditions don't restrict innovation. They provide proven principles that can guide technological development toward more humane and sustainable outcomes while preserving cultural identity that gives meaning to material progress and connects individual achievement with collective wisdom. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Japan's masterful synthesis of tradition and innovation. If this exploration has inspired you to consider how honoring the past can inform creating the future, please give it a thumbs up and share which aspect of Japanese cultural synthesis most impressed you. Don't forget to subscribe to Travel Earth Adventures and hit that notification bell. We're constantly discovering destinations where cultural wisdom and contemporary innovation create models for sustainable human development that honor both individual creativity and collective heritage. Which Japanese tradition would you most want to experience and learn from in person? Tell us about cultural practices from your own heritage that continue providing wisdom for contemporary challenges in the comments below. Until our next adventure into places where ancient wisdom guides modern miracles, travel with respect for the cultures that preserve humanity's greatest achievements, and remember that the most profound innovations often emerge from deep appreciation for traditional knowledge combined with creative application to contemporary opportunities. Safe travels through Japan's eternal dance of tradition and innovation, fellow adventurers. And may your journeys always reveal how honoring the past can illuminate paths toward better futures.